Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Adrian and in this video I'm going to review these. These are the Magpul Technical Glove 2.0. All right, let's jump into it. All right, so here they are. These are the Magpul Technical Glove 2.0. And I really like these gloves. They fit great, but they are a little hard to get on or take off if you have any kind of moisture on your hands at all. They're even kind of hard to put on and take off, even if you don't, as you can see here. So these are an XL, and I don't have huge hands, but I certainly don't have small hands. Normally a large to an XL fits me pretty well. Sometimes an XL is too big. Not in this case. These fit perfectly and they're super dexterous. It's just getting them on and getting them off is tough. So to take them off, I just loosen them like this and then pull them. Now, I did recently take these on a little hiking trip up Adams Canyon, and my hands were super wet, super sweaty. And when I was trying to take these gloves off, I could hear the stitching rip a little bit. It wasn't that the stitching actually tore anywhere, but you know how when you pull a thread and it pops, you can hear that snap? That's what happened. I don't know which thread broke, but like the integrity of the glove hasn't been compromised in any way. It's just that a couple of threads snapped because they were so tight. But that's one of the things I really like about them. And that's, I think, why people would buy these gloves, is because they fit so tightly. And they're very easy to wear. They're easy to manipulate gear with. You can use your cell phone with them as well, so you can use a touch screen. The top is some kind of synthetic material. It's semi-elastic. I don't know what it is. I don't know what their material is. It's probably some kind of like nylon or polyester spandex blend. And then the thumb and the bottom are also quite similar. It's like a suede material, probably some kind of synthetic suede. I doubt that it's real. And the bottom is similar, but it's not exactly the same kind of material. So really there's not much more to say about the gloves in terms of their features. It's pretty self-explanatory. They fit nice, they feel great, they're breathable, they absorb sweat really well. So they'll keep the sweat pulled away from your hands. And if your hands sweat like mine do, that's a really good thing. All right, now let's talk about measurements so you know what size to buy. So the width of my hand, right at the knuckle line, is about 3.61 inches. And the length from my wrist to the tip of the middle finger, that's about 7 7/8 of an inch. So that gives you an idea about what size you'll need. Let's get a second measurement there. Maybe you can see that. So on the palm, yeah, we're about 3 3/4 of an inch right across there. So there, that gives you an idea of what size you need, but know that these gloves are very tight fitting, as you've seen. If you have really big hands or if you have fat hands, definitely go a size over what you think you're gonna need, because just getting a wide palm through the glove is tough. And I did wash these already. I washed them in a machine with warm water with all the rest of my clothes and hiking gear. Well, not my hiking gear, but my hiking clothes. And I let them air dry. So I don't know how they respond to heat in a dryer, but I would not risk drying them because I do not want to make these any tighter. Like I said, they fit pretty perfectly how they are now. It's just getting them on and off really is kind of a pain in the ass. I might cut them. I haven't decided yet. I probably won't, but I might. I've thought about just cutting a slit right there past this stitching and then just stitching that together myself by hand so it doesn't come apart. And that might make these a little easier to put on and take off when my hands are super sweaty, and I spend a lot of time out there in the desert, and it's hot in the desert a lot of the time. So not always in the winter, it gets really cold in the winter, but in the summer it's hot, and it's hot everywhere in Utah in the summer. So regardless, my hands are going to be sweating, and taking these off and putting them on with sweaty hands is not easy to do. But I also don't want to destroy the glove, so I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet. If I do, I will probably make a video on it and show you what I do and show you how it works. And then I'll make another video on these too if I have any problems with them in the future. If I use these and they wear out what I consider to be prematurely, I'll come back and I'll make an update video on these and tell you shouldn't buy them if they suck, but I don't think they're going to. And they're like 20 bucks, so even if they kind of suck, they're still definitely worth it just because of the feel of these gloves. All right, that's it. See you in the next one.